the show where we play bottom of the barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we'll open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash.
Well, you know, last week didn't go in our favor, but that's what this week's for. We're gonna spin the loser's wheel, take our pittance, and hopefully get something to help us out. Okay. That's pretty handy. We'll have at least something nice to work with in our deck. I'm not sure what our deck is going to be yet, but, you know, this might be pretty good. And here's the wheel. I accidentally lost my old wheel and then had to remake it real quick, so if there's an archetype missing on here, you can yell at me in the comments, I guess. Say I'm cheating by leaving it off, whatever. But it's just, I think I got everything on here. There might be 1 or 2 missing, though, potentially. But I hope not. It looks right. I can't... If I've forgotten them, it's because they're just that forgettable. But let's just spin the wheel again and see what we get. Worm. Okay, well, I'm not exactly sure what our outside splash card's gonna be when we're playing a worm deck, but we'll see.
Oh, it feels so good to be back in the winner's circle. It feels like it's been a while since we've been here, and we finally managed to be able to be back here. So we got nothing fancy, no loser wheel to spin, just a good old regular wheel to see what we're playing this week. I don't really know what I'm looking for. Hopefully something a little fun. Maybe a Duel Links deck, 'cause I actually do know a lot of those. But it looks like we will be getting Archfiend. Okay, I don't know how to play Archfiend. I did play this in like a progression thing I did with a friend way back in the day. They're not good, but we'll try our best and see what happens with it. Some good old Summon Skull.
And let's see what we can get in our loser packs to just make Worm even remotely workable. And you know what? 2 copies of Triple Tack might do it. It's by far the best card in the pack, so I'm going to take 2 Triple Tack and just see if that does anything. Next pack, and Cowboy would be cool. I don't know if this deck can, like, you know, make rank 4s, or probably it's going to take the Fairy Box or the Smashing Ground or the Vengeful Bog, but Cowboy's cute. And the 3rd pack, Saryuya will probably not get made if we're being realistic. We're probably going to take these 2 Vengeful Bogs, so it'll be like the 2 Triple Tack, the 2 Vengeful Bogs, 2 Smashing Grounds, or 2 Fairy Box. I think I prefer the Fairy Boxes.
Alright, here we are. Let's get our packs open, see what we're getting this week. You get the extra bonus. Cyberjaw is very funny, and honestly, you might just need to play that just to have any chance. Also, Fairy Box could be good. We'll definitely have some things to consider in this pack for sure. Alright, on to pack number 2. Let's see what we're getting. And number 101 actually could be alright. I think we actually do have level 4s. Cup of Ace is always funny. Tribute to Doom's fine. Vengeful Bog Spirit could even be good. Honor Oak might be the play here, actually. Pack number 3. Will we get anything spicy? There's a Stardust Dragon. I think Archfiends have Tuner, so it actually could be playable if we can make rank 8, or level 8 rather. Trade in, I figure if they have level 8. No, Summon Skull is I think a level 6, I want to say. 1 day a piece could be good for stalling. Summon Dice, honestly, might not be the worst. I do love this card, so we might actually rock it. Alright, and on to our last pack. We get a little bonus pack because we were the winner last week. And we got a 2nd Stardust, should we want to actually go that route. Econ is pretty nice, so is 1 day a piece again. Again, if we want to play the stall game. Might Assailant could be very funny, especially if our deck is really bad. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and try to build some Archfiends.
Yeah. Worm. It's a deck. Technically, W Nebula Meteorite doesn't have Worm in the name, but it specifies light reptiles. It has the W, it's a Meteorite, so I'm counting it as a Worm card, and you can't stop me. Even if it, like, because even then, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm basically trying to keep worms alive, or get enough worms long enough for me to find a way to cheat out one of the big ones, or make a worm 0. that's kind of it. Like, I've got ways to stall a little bit, and, I'm going to probably be setting a bunch of dudes in passing, and maybe we'll do something.
Alright, no webcam this week because I don't have it set up, but we're going to do a very quick deck profile because most of these effects are pretty meaningless. One of the only good ones is Archfiend Commander, which is a free special summon as long as you control an Archfiend monster, but when it's special summon, we have to destroy an Archfiend card we control. Archfiend Eris, if it's ever sent to the graveyard by a card effect or by battle, it's a searcher, so we need a recruiter to search. Dark Resonator, there's not any Dark Fiend archetype tuners, so we're just playing kind of generic tuners to get to our synchros. They do have synchros, but they don't have a tuner. So Crimson Resonator is one of them. They're monsters, we can special summon it. And the other one's Dark Tinkerer, which is ever sent to the graveyard, we can pretty much scry one. Deathstroke Archfiend is pretty much just an 1800 defender, but we also have to pay 500 life points so we can get standby phase. Terror King Archfiend, kind of the same thing, except for an attacker, we have to pay 800 life points. We're unironically playing Archfiend Soldier, which is as a 1900 vanilla to have a body. Of course, the boy, the Summon Skull. We can't play Archfiend and not play Summon Skull, even though it's objectively probably the wrong decision. One Archfiend Awakening, three Archfiend Awakening rather, which is pretty much a ritual monster that needs Contract of the Abyss to make. It's pretty much unaffected by anything that's not a ritual monster, and in this card's ever sent to the graveyard, we can just get a Summon Skull from anywhere. Archfiend Play Palabyrinth, I don't know, it just gives all Archfiends 500 attack. Realistically, the only relevant effect on it, I'm not gonna lie to you. Archfiend Staff of Despair, we are playing a lot of low attack monsters, so during the main phase, make all opponent's monsters half the attack of the equipped monster through the turn, and if they're sent to the graveyard, we can pay 1000 to return it to the hand. Contract of the Abyss, just use this ritual summon or ritual. 3 Falling Down, this is just Snatch Steal as long as you control an Archfiend card, which is obviously very good. We saw Snatch Steal was super broken in the Toon episode. Summon Dice, since we all playing like tribute monsters, so it's a way to special summon them. Also just funny. Vengeful Boxbuild, we all playing a tribute deck, so that's kind of why it's a stall card. 3 Ghastly Glitch, which if we control a Fiend monster, we can target card on the field and destroy it, and then send one Fiend monster from our deck to the graveyard. We have a pretty big selection of cards we don't want to draw because most of them are bad. So it's a way to just kind of have just a field pop, and then affiliate box for stalling. Side deck, we're playing the Night Beam in case Jules is on some back row deck. Archfiend Emperor, pretty much in case Jules is on just a bad archetype that we can make use of this effect. And Archfiend Cavalry is pretty much just a special summon for an Archfiend monster in the graveyard except itself. The synchros, honestly, most of the effects are pretty irrelevant, so I'm not going to really go over them. Thought Wheel is probably the best one because if destroys a monster by battle since the graveyard, you gain that much life. And it can negate the activation of a spell trap because it targets a psychic monster, which it itself is. It's the only psychic monster, really. Archfiend's Call is pretty much just a 2500 body, realistically. Everything else is pretty irrelevant. And in Archfiend's Ascent, if we ever somehow have 2 Summon Skulls on the field, if one be destroyed by battle card effect, we can attach material instead. So we need to have both this and the 1 extra remaining copy of it on the field. I guess we can also make it with Commander, but regardless, it's probably never going to happen, so no point in worrying about it. That is the deck, and we'll see how well it functions. Here we are, it's episode 25. I actually remembered having to look it up because I literally uploaded the video like moments ago. For this week, as I said in my deck profile, I am not confident at all. I don't know what will happen. My deck's definitely on the weaker end of the wheel. It was almost like Century Overload in terms of like, there was just too many things to do with it, so I just kind of hope for the best.
Mine was pretty bad. It's like, it's got a thing it wants to do. It's not a great thing. It doesn't really have like a way to get there though, so it's kind of like fumble around and hope it happens, basically. So, at will of the cards. What happens, happens.
So silly to be an exciting week, but what is always exciting is the good old rock, paper, scissors, and ooh. Sometimes you just got it. I genuinely don't know if I want to go first or second. So at the risk of not being OTK'd, I think I'll go second, just in case.
Okay.
And I will never complain about an extra card.
Well, I'm going to activate one of my pack cards.
Okay, always a good start.
I'm going to activate Vengeful Bog Spirit.
Sure.
And pass.
Alrighty. Well, you know what? I'll activate one of my pack cards, the Vengeful Bog Spirit.
Oh, Lord. This is already awful. I love it.
But I will do one extra, and I will do a set before I pass my turn.
Alright. I'm scared. Because I feel like we might be on a mirror match. Because I almost set a monster, and it's like, like, if you're on Bog Spirit, there's a few decks that actively want to be running Bog Spirit. Mine does.
We'll see.
We're gonna find out, though.
My extra deck is bigger, so we'll see what happens in that front.
That's true. Actually, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, we're not on the same deck. But you control a monster, and I don't.
Okay.
Which means I get to activate this effect. Worm Call.
Oh, I see why you want to set the monster. I see why you're playing the Bog Spirit now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
I will activate Worm Call.
So, I like how they used to just get these effects on spell cards, and then Cyber Dragon's just like, yeah, fuck it.
Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I will special summon Worm Apocalypse and face down defense. And now, I will follow that up with... Ooh.
The double.
Yeah, I got to play 2 monsters. It's basically a double summon.
The Archetype has a Link monster. The issue is it's really fucking bad.
I sure don't have one of those. It wouldn't be bad if it existed, but they ran out of letters.
They locked themselves into the corner. They can never get new support.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't finish through this call. This card's even worse than I thought it was.
Let's go.
Okay, that's fine. So we got plays. So I guess we do them. We will reveal what I'm playing. I will flip summon the Archfiend Eris.
Uh-huh.
And boy, howdy, this deck aids very poorly. We'll special summon the Archfiend Commander, and because I did that, I have to target an Archfiend I control and destroy it, so she will go by, but her effect will proc, so I can add an Archfiend from my deck to my hand. With it, we will add, the problem here is they're all really fucking bad. Unironically, I am adding the Archfiend Soldier.
Amazing.
I will normal summon the Dark Tinker, which is one of the very few Dark Tuna monsters that are level 2. And then I will Synchro for the Thought Ruler Archfiend. Which can attack, but with Spell Trap that's activated that targets a Psychic monster, I can pay 1,000 to negate it.
I see.
And then Dark Tinker will trigger, which will let me look at the top card of my deck, and I just get a Scribe one. And I can go to the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that effect was even in Yu-Gi-Oh! Till today. And Bog Spirit's out, so I will just pass the turn.
Guess that's a thing. I'll set a card. I'll set another card. Oh, whoops. Well, my bait wasn't gonna work anyways. Never mind. Because I just showed it. Never mind. One. It's like, yeah, no, I only need to have one relevant card to set.
Ooh, this is already fun. Combat, wah.
I will, before that, use the effect of W Nebula Meteorite to flip up all of my face down dudes. And then chain. Yeah.
Okay. So
we'll flip up both of these. I'll pop your Bog Spirit. Haha.
No, I needed that.
And yeah.
Okay. So.
And then he'll die.
Okay. And I will gain life points equal to that monster's original attack.
That's 17.
Wow. Main 2.
Oh, you lost into the game.
Oh, oops. I'm just gonna do 17 twice because I'm too bad at math. And I mean, since we gotta wait a turn, I'll bring up the soldier. And we will set 2 cards in the pen zones, so you know I'm not playing the one pen to the monster.
Alright. In the end phase, the delayed effect of Meteorite will happen, resetting Apocalypse, and then letting me special summon a level 7 or higher reptile from the deck.
Sure.
So we will flip you. Yeah, it was 7 or higher light reptile. So we'll grab...
Really is the most just like, we really want to make this archetype good, so we're just going to put like 3 different just generically good effects on a card and call it a day.
Yeah. I will special summon the Worm King on your turn, so it gets around Bog Spirit too.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
I will flip summon Worm Apocalypse to pop that back row.
Sir, it's falling down.
And then I will use the effect of Worm King to tribute Apocalypse to destroy Thought Ruler.
Unfortunately, he can't prevent monster effects.
Wahoo! Set a dude, battle phase, attack over.
Yes, I'll take 6, 7, 800. Yeah. Way it goes.
Wahoo!
Well, that's not a good draw. In fact, it's probably my worst draw in my deck.
Oof. That wasn't a great draw, but I'm fine. Alright, so...
Uh-oh.
Bog Spirit will make it stunned again for being flip summoned, won't it, right?
What happened?
If I flip a guy up, it can't attack, right?
Yeah.
That's a summon, technically.
Yes, it's considered the summon, yeah.
Is it worth flipping him up? Because you'll have a... maybe. I don't know. I've still got you on a clock. It might be better just to leave him face down. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna leave him face down.
Take 27.
And then I will pass.
Wait, give me a good card. I will normal summon Archfiend Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use her to activate Falling Down, so your Worm King is now my king.
Oh no!
The In-Archetype Snatsteal. One of the craziest cards ever printed, but the downside of you need to play Archfiends.
Well, you have to put it in that zone. Because I said so.
Sure. Can't wait for the mech to come down.
Haha! I made the right call by not doing this. You have hit my Jettle Skypes, or whatever the hell you call it. It'll just resummon itself whenever it dies, so you have to attack again. No damage. Actually, no. Eris can't even attack, so...
And pretty much just flipped it face up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I have a Worm King now. I'll take 800 during your standby phase.
That's fucked up. I hate that. Like, why does this card have to say during the main? I get it. I really do. Like, it makes perfect sense. But for this situation, this card should not be limiting me this way. I'm so upset. Because I'd have it. Because I'm dead. I'm, like, so dead. Because like, my deck cannot get to a position to outing a Worm King without my own Bog Spirit.
If you have monsters to set, honestly, I might just wind up burning myself out with Falling Down, to be perfectly honest.
I don't. That's the first thing.
That is somewhat problematic.
Yeah. I specifically needed to be able to have a guy to summon this turn. I think. Yeah, and you don't have high enough. So... I'll give it, like, another draw phase, though. I'm not that desperate.
This is definitely...
I have life points.
This is definitely
but I'm not hopeful. Yeah.
Oh, that's a neat draw, because... Fuck it, we bowl.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
They have a ritual monster, apparently. All it does is just, it's pretty much unaffected. It can't be destroyed by battle, by a ritual monster, and destroyed by monster effects, except by ritual monsters. And if it's ever sent to the graveyard, I gotta just special summon a summon skull from anywhere. What a card. Wow.
Youch.
Wow.
Take 27.
For some reason I was gonna take 27 too. I don't know why. Take about a quarter of
the
that.
Draw. Ooh, that is a pretty awful draw. Damn, I wish you had the spell negate. I could try and bait you with that still, but I can't. But you don't even have it anymore, so I'm like uber dead now. So yeah. I'll go. I don't know if I want to go for. I'll go first. I think that's better for this deck.
Definitely makes sense.
I'm gonna activate Bog and pass.
Alright. We're going to a main, and we'll just do good old fashioned T set and pass.
Classic.
Very similar opening from the last game.
Very similar opening from last game.
Yeah.
I guess what we'll do is we'll activate Worm Call.
Okay.
We will set, but I'll flip it up instantly. So it's Yagan. I drew the wrong half. You want Zex, but I drew the Yagan. But then I will Tribute Summon.
Okay.
My Worm King, since he only requires one tribute, or if it's a face up, and now I will activate one of the shitty one-of spells I had to fill slots with. That's actually gonna maybe come in clutch in this really scuffed matchup.
Okay.
Molting Escape.
Okay.
And I'm under Bog Spirit, so we pass.
Alright. So standby in a main. I'm gonna actually use a side deck pack card, I think for the first time ever, the Night Beam on this whole thing.
You know what? Yeah, fair.
Pew pew. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. Bog and Fairy Box together, I was like, that's the OTK. I'm just gonna like sit on this Worm King forever.
Okay, and then I will tribute this. We are back in 2003 for the tribute summon of Summon Skull.
Oh, let's go! This board state is amazing.
This is like the most vintage board state I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, we've actually found Playground Yu-Gi-Oh somehow.
We'll make it a little more Playground by stealing your king.
God damn it!
We opened the Snatch Deal yet again.
Oh, I'm dead now. Oh, I'm so dead now. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna lose to Falling Down twice. Falling Down's gonna steal Worm King twice, and it'd be a match-winning move. I'm gonna take my 27 already.
Alright, well... I'll just activate this just for the sake of it, to get a nice background. It affects pretty well. It just gets 500 for my fiends.
And, you have lethal on board, and I drew a trap card, so you got it.
Woo!
There's no other way the Worm episode could have ended than just losing to a worm of all things.
This is how, you know how I felt doing the Toon episode now? Oh my god. I'll chat this too, just to amplify Playground.
We mirrored our pack cards, except instead of Night Beam, my third one was a bit more, was my actual win condition, which, funnily enough, was also Snatch Steal. So we were both fishing for Snatch Steal. Like, I can't even be upset. I was doing the same damn thing.
Woo!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my god.
I was the loser, so I had 2 copies of it. So, like, I drew it in Game 1 and Game 2. It just never came up. Oh, and my wheel thing was splashing in 1 out of Archetype card. And it was actually the third Snatch Steal. So somehow we made a very thematic mirror by accident once more, just in the most tragic way possible.
It's just the win con of stealing the big dumb boss monster that takes all the resources.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, if my boss monsters suck, maybe yours are better.
Oh, my boss monsters are 2500 vanilla.
That's why you took mine.
Well, that was episode 25 of Archetypal Atrocities, featuring Snatch Steal all in but the name. Thank you for watching. Jules is on the loser wheel. I'm on the winners pack. I don't even know how to outro this. Falling down's a good card.
Truly. Bye, everyone. Aliens are real.